Hello, everyone. Right now, we have a young person from Pakistan on this channel as Voice of the Young. I want to emphasize that I've included people from the 8 countries that are often called as South Asian, but I prefer to use the term Desi. So, this is a Desi channel, and the Desi channel, we already have people from Nepal and Bangladesh, and in fact, also from Pakistan. But I'm happy to welcome an economist from Pakistan. His name is Ahmed Moosa. Let's listen to him. Over to you, Ahmed.
Thank you so much. Greetings, Professor Subodh. It is a pleasure. It is an honor to be on the episode of Vidped featuring Ahmed Moosa. I'm really glad to be here, sharing the platform with you, and ready to give a rigorous uh, sort of interview and more like a conversation between the Desis. So can't wait to start. And yes, I should be giving my introduction right now.
Yes, please.
So my name is Ahmed Moosa, and I'm from Peshawar, Pakistan. I did my uh, I did my high school in Peshawar, and then I went for my undergrad for my college or university, the latter known in Europe as a university, in the National University of Sciences and Technology in the capital of Pakistan, which is Islamabad, the S12 campus. My major in my bachelor's was economics, with specific emphasis on trade, international trade, trade policy, trade development. I wrote my thesis under Dr. Zafar, who is currently serving as the new principal and dean for the School of Social Sciences and Humanities in National University of Sciences and Technology, Pakistan. Formerly, it was Dr. Ashfaq Hassan, who's a very senior economist of Pakistan. He's also served in the panel under Prime Minister Economic Panel. He was special economist. So I worked in trade development and trade organizations as an internee, which is a prerequisite to get a degree from NUST. I was in the Ministry of Trade, Trade Development Authority of Pakistan. So yep, I had a major in economics, with specifically focusing on a macro and trade side. I interned in the trade sector. I wrote my thesis under Dr. Zafar in the export diversification and specialization in the textile industry. It was a case study of South Asian or the Desi countries between Pakistan, and how Pakistan was lacking in accordance to when you look at the exports of Vietnam and the ready-made garments of Bangladesh. So basically, we took the case study, a working paper of LSE that was based on the Bangladesh case study. I wrote it with my colleagues Zile Huma and Mohammed Shariar, really good at what they do. And yep, and I successfully completed my bachelor's from Pakistan, and then applied to Europe for my master's without a break. I'm currently 22 years old. So I got into Barcelona School of Economics, which is a very prestigious institute in Europe as per REPEC. REPEC is one of the most known sources for economic research. So looking at that, I was really impressed and intrigued by the program they offered. My curriculum basically in Barcelona School of Economics is being awarded, is going to be accredited from 2 universities. As cool as it sounds, it is really challenging to attend 2 universities at one time. Basically, I have classes in 2 universities, and my degree will be jointly awarded by 2 universities, two top public universities in Spain and in Europe: Universitat Pompeu Fabra, that is in the Barcelona city near Parc de Ciutadella, and University Autónoma de Barcelona Bellaterra campus, which is in Bellaterra. They call it Bellaterra in the Spanish accent. It is a village near Barcelona city. It is an hour train to Autónoma de Barcelona University, where some of the macro specialized courses take place, maybe twice a week. And rest of my classes are in the Pompeu Fabra, which is near 20 minutes by walk. So yes, currently I'm enrolled as a macroeconomic policy and financial market masters in economics, masters 60 ECTs. It's my first month, and it so far so good. The work ethic and the work burden here is quite more than what I experienced back in Pakistan. Maybe because it's mastered, number one. And number two, the work ethic obviously ranges differently from place to place. So they are really workaholic and they really like to work. So again, yes, saying that I attend two universities look pretty cool, but is really hectic. But again, rewarding in itself because I am pretty sure that when you go to a market and you show a degree that it is being accredited from
Mm.
two public universities, so that is an achievement in its own. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's quite about.
let me just add to your point, um, when you are an undergraduate in economics at Delhi University, life is fine. But then if you go for your master's to the Delhi School of Economics, the saying is, getting in is fine, but survival is hard. So yeah, the difference comes from getting into from an undergraduate to a very serious, prestigious master's. It's there everywhere. The shock of the master's program
Uh, uh,
where it is not aimed at the, so to speak, undergraduate degrees. I've been a teacher, so I know have to be aimed at
yeah.
the average student. But the master's programs gets only the serious students.
Mm.
And so in the master's programs, the courses are at a much tougher level by definition. So it's a huge shock, no matter where, to go from an undergraduate to a master's or postgraduate degree. So I'm not surprised that you are having an academic shock. But that's, especially doing so many courses, then it's bound to happen. Okay, sorry to interrupt, but please continue.
No, 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 it's only fine.
Uh,
So the courses here are really rigorous in terms of they're more sort of quantitative embedded courses rather than qualitative courses. There is a advanced time series, machine learning, rigorous data analysis. We are learning four languages. We are learning MATLAB, Stata, Python, and R for different mathematical operations, and also for the regression analysis for data sets, data cleaning, merging data sets. The underlying maths under it is also something that you should know of. It is a prerequisite which I opted for as an elective in my during my undergraduate, which was the advanced time series. It was a really good course and I scored pretty well in it, which helped me, but not that much. Since I'm new to Python, R, and MATLAB, it is quite a challenge for me, especially the data sciences portion of my program. I know Stata, quite a bit of it because we used it in our thesis for merging the sets and cleaning the data and running the regressions, interpreting them using different indices, checking the stationarity. So yes, that was that. I have done a lot of stata, but again, the stata that we are learning here, even the method to use it is quite different. Like
mhm.
for example, just a mere example in our brush up courses, our instructor, he's really good at what he does. Dr. Sarji is currently getting his doctorate, but I refer to him as a Dr. Sarji. So Dr. Sarji uses the do file editor and runs it from the do file editor. What we used to do is we used to use the codes and then copy all the codes into the do file editor.
Yeah, yeah.
So yes, so mechanism operations are different, and but so far so good, but hectic. So a lot to learn, a lot of diversity in terms of work ethic and in terms of the working culture background and many other aspects. But again, you have to learn in order to succeed.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to face diversity. You have to face adversity. And I have a roommate in Italy. I'm in my dorm currently. It's in the heart of Barcelona. So he says that in Italy we says that for harder success and for And tougher men look at hard lives to get harder success, something like that.
Yeah.
That the men who strive are the ones who are successful. So he was like, man up, you have to man up. So even my colleagues were like, you are young. The median or the mean age, I would say it's 26, 27 in my class. I am the youngest. I don't think there's someone younger than me in my class. There is a girl who is even younger than me in the master program, and I was really impressed. She's an Indian. So, but mostly people are here with work experiences. Many married couples are here. So they all are like, you are now in that transition phase from boy to be into manning up. So you have to man up, you have to work, and that basically is life.
Okay.
As a man, as a bread earner, as a man, you have to man up and you have to
Mm-hmm.
work, you have to strive.
Mm-hmm.
Without struggle, being staying in your comfort zone is not going to lead you somewhere where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I just had to get out of my comfort zone, and I would like to take this moment, and I would like to thank my parents, my mother and my father, who have been the driving force behind me. They are somewhat educationists, but by profession they are not educationists, but they love education. My father has been abroad for his masters, so quite a bit of a family background into education. My sister is doing her medicine. She's quite that nerd type, and really good at what she does. She loves biology. I miss them quite a lot. But again, I have to strive. I have to get out of that comfort zone. Things here in Barcelona are pretty quite fast paced as compared to Asia. So yeah, so far so good, but hectic.
And how's the food?
Oh, the food. Interesting. So the food where I live in Joaquin Costa, there are a lot of Asians, Indians, Bengalis, and Pakistanis. So if I have money, enough money, I go for the ready-made food. There's Bismillah Kebabish. They sell quite tasty kebabs. I would suggest if you ever visit Barcelona, do come here to Joaquin Costa. The kebabs here are really awesome. I mean, it's so euphoric or nostalgic in a sense that when I eat the kebabs and stuff, it just takes me to Pakistan.
Okay.
It's like I'm sitting here in the restaurant. There are Asians, there are Pakistanis, there are Indians speaking Hindi, speaking Urdu. It's home away from home, and then I'm having the cuisine, the desi cuisine, and the taste is really good. It's really fresh. The demand for it is quite not just desis. I see many Spanish, many Europeans eating it, and then ordering a lot of water because they think it's a little spicy. But again, that's something unique. That's why it is being sold.
Yeah, yeah.
So the demand is increasing because there's something different about it.
Okay.
So that's diversity in its own. So yeah, the food is quite good. It's really easy to get it here. People in Pakistan told me that halal or getting Pakistani food is a bit of an ordeal in Spain. But so far, again, so good and not hectic, really yummy, really tasty. The food is really good, and I tend to cook myself. I love vegetables. I'm a vegetarian. I'm a partial vegetarian. I love salads. I love corn. I love eggs. I love baking. So I tend to cook food whenever I have time. And yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty
Good.
much.
What about the language?
Okay, so again, I was told that there's going to be a massive language barrier as far as Europe is concerned. But since it's my first time abroad, and I'm in the Schengen zone. So as far as Spain is concerned, Spain is quite below that territory where this English is being spoken. Like there's UK, there's Ireland, and then there's Amsterdam and Germany where there is a lot of English because maybe that there is that UK influence. But again, when I arrived at Spain, people here are really helpful. Number one. Number two, the majority knows English. It's a myth if anyone says that there's a lot of there might be. Okay, again, I have not been to Spain. I am in Barcelona. In Barcelona, there's not much of a language barrier. And especially in my institute, there is no language barrier. My instructors, the degree is an international degree. The classes are totally in English. They in Pakistan back there, they used to give these examples, or they used to talk sometimes in Urdu. Many times when a student did not get a concept here, everything is in English. They do not it is quite understandable, the content and whatever they are covering in respects to the topics. All the notations are a little different. For example, we use lenda to denote lenda, they use phi to denote lenda, but the concept is same, and I'm trying to adapt to it. About the streets and stuff, I get many Pakistanis, so I do not speak English. I speak Hindi or Urdu, which is more convenient. But as far as English is concerned, I have found no. And now the technology is so advanced that I have the Google Translate in my phone. I just and it's and the algorithms and language is so good that I they speak into it and it translates it for me. So honestly, and the Wi-Fi here and the 4G availability, the signals, they're really good. So it's a very big difference between where I was from and where I am.
Hmm.
It's not much of a problem. I would like to explore more of Spain, more of
Hmm.
Europe,
Hmm.
and I think it won't be that much of a problem there as well. I don't think so. They're quite advanced, and I really like the technology they use, and I really like the way they at least try, because many of them are trying to learn English. Even if they do not know English, they do say a little, or they try to understand. So the sign language helps as well.
Okay.
So it's not much of a problem.
Okay, good. All right. Now let me just turn it a little bit, and maybe you tell us a little bit about Peshawar. It's such a
Oh,
historic
Pisha.
city, and Pathan culture and all that. So
Yes,
tell us a
Pathan
little
culture.
bit about it.
Yeah, but Peshawar, basically Peshawar Pushpapure, formerly known as Pushpapure, if I'm not wrong, it was Urdu dominated region. It was Pathans came afterwards. It became a mix of all of that, but basically it was a Hindko dominated or a Peshori dominated region, where Peshoris speaking Urdu, rich Urdu, used to be in Peshawar. Even there was a famous Indian rapper, Punjabi rapper, forgot his name. Divine, may no, not Divine. He was a very famous rapper who was in Peshawar. Then he went to India, then to California. He's a Californian-based singer. I have forgotten. Anyhow,
Okay.
coming towards Peshawar, uh, Peshawar is a small is quite populous, but it is not that big of a city. It is 2 hours away from the capital. So it was easier for me when I was moving towards the capital. It is in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa region. It is the capital of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. It is a very developed city now that we talk about in 2021, 2023. It is really developed. It is it has I like it has a lot of infrastructure. It has it has a quite reputable cuisine in the country. Our the meat we eat, we cook is really known in just not just known in the country, in the whole the entirety of
Mhm.
South Asia. Our cuisine for the namak mandi, the tikkas we have, the tikkas, chicken tikka, is it's really quite popular. Historically, the Peshawar Museum, I've been to it once. Historically, it's quite rich. There's the fort of Balahisar that is quite old, even older than the Mughal era. So it is a beautiful building to look at. I've been once in there. Peshawar, there are a lot of Pashtuns from the suburbs and from the villages surrounding. It is a place of opportunity for those who get a little less because Pakistan overall is not as developed as the cities in the Pakistan are. The villages are not open to, do not get enough opportunities to express themselves. So Peshawar is more sort of an opportunity for them to come and to practice and to earn better wages, to get a better settlement. And from Peshawar to the capital and so on, there the sky is the limit. But having said that, Peshawar Peshawar is being congested, I suppose, because there's so much development and there's so much industrialization going on that we need urgent town planning, urban planning to come into effect.
Okay.
Because the roads, the communication channel, the pollution, noise pollution, the industrial air pollution is increasing at a massive rate. And so has it affected the climate change, which I personally have quite felt significant in the past few years. So that's that. And overall, yes, Peshawar is a very mellow city to visit. We are really hospitable. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is known as the land of hospitality. I mean, you come here and you can you don't even have to pay for some of the foods. I'm not joking. Like I had many guests with me, and when people came to know that they are guests, they used to offer them. They in Pashto they used to say "Milmasha, be our guest. Do you don't pay, be our guest. This is from our side." So
Okay.
that is something quite beautiful about our culture. We are really warm, which you would not expect much to be there in the West, but in Asia, in Pakistan specific, and in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, we are really warm and they're really hardworking and really brave people. So I'm proud to represent Peshawar and
No, well, that's why I asked because we do know some about Peshawar, but I want to hear. You were talking about India, the famous Raj Kapoor, his family, Prithviraj Kapoor, they are from Peshawar.
oh yes,
Uh,
yes, yes, yes.
I think that's the only famous person in Indian films who is actually from Peshawar, but maybe there are others. I don't know. Okay, anything else you want to add? It's been very interesting and lively. So, anything else you want to add?
Um, anything else as in what perspective do you want
Whatever,
like?
whatever, it's a voice of the young, not me. It's your voice.
No,
Whatever is on
I
your
would like
mind, what?
to add as in context of opportunities. I would like I have a message for the youth that I am no different from you. I would not even consider myself above average. I'm just an average guy who has been lucky. I have been very lucky as far as my commencement or advancement in my career is concerned. But I have been backed by supportive parents. I'm not gonna lie. They are also evolving. They are learning. I'm really blessed to have such a support system where they are always learning from me and I learn from them. I have always learned from them. They groomed me. They helped me to shape me into the person I am today. But the fact that they are always keen to learn from me, to hear from me, and always support me is rewarding in its own. And I have a beautiful sister who is also learning. She's a little young, but she's learning, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna be a very bright professional doctor in future. I can't wait to look at that transition. So far, I do miss my family a lot. There was a cultural shock, but I am adapting to it. Things ranging like from culture to tourism to educational standards to living to different sectors of life. It is a massive change. Not that massive. There are a lot of subsets. There are a lot of commonalities that we have because at the end of the day, we all are a part of that universal set called humans. We all are humans. We all share the same emotions. So, but all in all, I am loving the work ethic. I'm really loving the energy, the zeal that they all come with. It is hard to get myself awake at 7:30, but the coffee culture here is really good. I love to drink coffee. Coffee cafe con leche, that means coffee with milk. They even go for the espresso shots that are too strong.
Yeah.
But all in all, yes, I'm really blessed to be here.
Okay. So, what
And
about your future?
okay, so for the future, so currently I'm doing my major in the macroecon and finance markets. It is so hard that I literally had like my peers and my friends, they support me a lot. Other than my family, I'm blessed with to have a good support system, good moral and emotional support system. Obviously not financial, but a good moral and emotional support system from my peers and colleagues. I would really like to take this opportunity and this platform to thank some of them, if you allow.
Sure.
Rimsha is quite an emerging economist, I must say. She was a topper in our class. She really motivates me. There's a guy named Faizan. Faizan, who is not that privileged, but the way he works, the way he used all the resources that he had, and many other peers, Jawad, Junaid, and Yasin, and many peers of mine, countless names, Samal, many people I know, really good at what they do, really a vast amount of knowledge. Networking that I did in NUST was okay. So the transition from Peshawar to NUST was also a very biggest one, and the technology in the capital, the resources in the capital, the knowledge, the working ethic, the backgrounds, that was quite diverse as well. People from all over the province used to come, and they are with each other. So yes, that's that. And also. Uh, I worked on my thesis with my friends, Mr. Sharyar and Zilehuma. I'm really indebted to you guys. You guys taught me a lot. The professors especially really took me into delved me deep into the economics as far as the monetary economics is concerned. I'm a fan of monetary policy, fiscality, macro side. I worked for the exports in RMGs, ready-made garments from the raw textile. We export to
Mhm.
RMGs, ready-made garments. We had this case study of Bangladesh where they used to export jute, but and they have a smaller export basket than us, but still they are doing wonders with their exports as far as RMGs are concerned. What they did is take the raw material, finish that export. You go to the ready-made garments where you add capital and then you sell it for a far more cost, and it was bringing a lot of growth into the country. So we took that model, we augmented it, and our model, the literature we took was quite rich. We ran the regressions, and it showed us a very significant result that if we transformed our exports, and uh, if we were to export ready-made garments instead of the raw material, it had a positive impact on the economic growth, which includes your annual GDP, it includes your welfare and the wages and the industrialization, and it goes and it doesn't stop.
Okay.
So as far as that was concerned, we worked there. And now for the future, I am here. I'm doing finance markets. I have never been into finance that much. I have not delve deep into the finance sector, but again, we are being taught languages such as MATLAB for matrix operations, finance. We are being taught R, but again, finance is a part of the course. I personally like economics much more than finance, although both are really dry. I'm not gonna lie. We have that less sense of humor, and we are straightforward and serious going people, which is the reason I would like to share. I kind of deactivated my Instagram because I was not performing that well on my and I wasn't able to give that much time to my studies. And it is really rigorous here. Especially, I would like to suggest people to go for a 2 year program because the program is really fully packed. So you can't even work to get to earn some living costs and cover some living costs yourself. But the program is really intense as far as the quantitative side is concerned. I met two alumni, and they were like, the Strata exam for London School of Economics was a piece of cake for us. I mean, the quantitative side, it is quantitatively so embedded into the curriculum that I believe I hope so I have a good future. I personally want to. Okay, so I personally believe if I get a good full-time job, not just a job, my ambition is to go for think tanks, go for policy side. I want to make policies. I want to read global markets, not just. I do not consider myself as a Pakistani personally. I consider myself as a humanitarian. I am a subset. Again, we all are a subset of the global economy. We all are a subset of the humans. So we share a lot of commonalities. So again, I want to. There's inflation everywhere. There's growth everywhere. There's unemployment everywhere. So I would like to take this chance to read it at a global perspective. How globally we can engage, how globally we can do better for work towards the betterment, towards the welfare. How can global recession be? How can global recession be avoided? There is if I'm not wrong, you wrote about the global recession, how we cannot go back to it. It was really interesting.
Leave, leave me.
I want to go somewhere in that direction where I work for the global markets. I work for the global inflation. I do not want anyone to suffer. And obviously, there's like, as economists, we do believe in biasness and the normal distribution and the skewness. So I might be skewed and biased as far as Pakistan is concerned. But again, as a human, firstly, as a human, and as a global economist, I tend to study and I tend to work for the global economies, globally, how to integrate markets in such a way that it benefits almost all of those 220 countries that we have, to economically engage with each other in such a way that it is mutually beneficial to trade, and there are positive trade-offs for both the sides, which is not possible, but we can make it a possibility. We can look into the, because loopholes, they exist in each model. You just have to look into it, you have to delve deep into it, you have to augment it, you have to work on it, then you have to give the policy implication, then there are more loopholes, then work on to more loopholes, and then augment it, and then give new models. So all in all, it is a never lasting process, but again, we can go towards this, toward it, just like we can experience right now. The Brexit has had quite a lot of implications and quite adverse effects on both the UK and the EU. Like in Germany, Germany was affected by Brexit. So global markets interact, and global markets as a whole, they affect each other. It's not just Pakistan, it's not just Asia, it's not just Spain where I am. I believe in global integration. I believe in global markets running simultaneously and aiding towards each other simultaneously. So I believe that we could be a world, and where we do not have these boundaries, these barriers, and we could work with 100% Pareto efficiency, where the so I hope we get to that point someday. Again, that's micro, and my focus is more towards the macro side. So someday, some fine day, maybe I can work like you for the World Bank or for the IMF. I do aim, I want to be a young professional leader for the IMF, for the World Bank, so, because they are the organizations that work at a global level.
Okay.
They have
Mr.
policies,
Global,
they have.
let's end it here on this optimistic note. Let's end it here. We'll come back to you in a year to see how you are faring and what are your thoughts at the time. Unless you want to add something extra, let's end it here. But if you have some small thing to add, let's do it here.
So for the youth, I gave my message loud and clear. I hope there is more budget for the education expenses, because I believe education sector is the only sector that has to flourish in order for a country to flourish. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, Sir Subodh. You
No,
have
no,
an
don't thank
exceptional
me.
profile.
I do this is
No,
not the last word. Last word has to be for somebody else.
okay, but no, I'm really grateful to be a part of Vidped, and I'm really honored. It has been an honor to represent
Okay.
myself here, my personal self here, and also some of the cultural heritage that I brought with myself. And
Okay.
that's it. That's it.
All right, good. Let's say bye to everybody. Bye, everybody. I'll
Adios,
be back.
adios, ciao, bye bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
We'll be back with
Yes.
somebody else, young or an
Sure.
expert. See you then. Bye.